to know. What are the messages for the collective, Spirit? Messages for the collective. Yeah, see, it's stressing you out because there are some things that the collective needs to let go of. So there's like a lot of reassessing, but also re-emerging. So there is like trauma, triggers here, past situations resurfacing to be handled. It's almost like we kind of swept it under the rug in the past, and Spirit's like, we're not allowing you to play this limbo, this in between, this uncertainty, this not wanting to come out of comfort zones. Spirit's like, no, it's time for evolution. The time is now, right? Growth is here for you, whether you like it or not. So we're removing the comfort zone. Bestie, I am taking Ghosty out back again. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Oh, that makes me so happy, Bestie. It's time. Yeah, for real. Show me more, Spirit, for the collective. Show me more. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know, Spirit? What does the collective need to know? Collective need to know, Spirit. Yeah, by November, you're really going to see, because right now it's almost like navigating the unseen. It's like you see these things coming to the surface, you feel it, and you're not sure what it all means yet, right? You just know that you're very uncomfortable in it, and Spirit's forcing you into change. Hi, Bestie. How are you, Justin? Makes me so happy to see you. Welcome. And it's like you have no control over it because there's karmic alignment when it comes to the eclipse. But it's all going to make sense to us come November. November, we're really going to see why things had to go down the way it went down. And I'm going to be quite honest with my collective. It's like part of the issue as to why you kept staying in your comfort zone and not doing what is necessary to overcome, to have the breakthroughs through whatever's stressing you out, letting go. You see what I mean? Like, I'm even struggling to speak, letting go of. It's because of the fact that you keep ignoring your intuition. Your intuition's been telling you, it's time. Your intuition's been trying to get you to move forward. Hi, Arizona. How are you, girlfriend? Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. And you haven't been trusting your intuition. It's almost like Spirit's been nudging you. Spirit's been trying to work with you, but it's almost like it's not that you're sleeping, you desire to sleep, because sometimes people get uncomfortable with change because it takes a lot of work. And when the 3D world is throwing a bunch of stuff at us, we don't want to do the deep-rooted work. And now Spirit's forcing us to do that deep-rooted work. And they keep highlighting rooted, which tells me that there's a lot of generational and family lineage situations happening right now. So especially with the Virgo energy, this could be a lot of like illnesses and family that you're going to have to deal with. For some of you, it's dealing with grief from a family member that has passed. A lot of that's going to be coming to the surface right now in regards to it, because they very much highlighted rooted as if this is rooted in family lineage. Let me catch up on the... Hi, Julie. Of course, thank you. I'm well. How are you? I'm doing well, sweetheart. Thanks for asking. Cindy, I love you. Hi, Nicole. Break these generational curses anymore. I'm tired of this grandpa. I know. I see it here. Show me more for the collective, Spirit. Show me more for the collective. Show me more for the collective. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? What does the collective need to know? I also see, okay, so I've been preaching about this in the collective reads, about masks falling, especially in your close-knit groups, people that you find are friends and acquaintances, like people that you consider really close. There are a lot of masks that are falling off because there were some red flags that were being ignored, right? But I almost feel like, especially if you're caught in between the situation of like two people, right? The person you were told was like the one at fault or the one who was terrible. You're starting to realize that, the information wasn't accurate, that the person you thought was, the victim was not so much the victim in the situation. So it's almost like, hold up, like I went to bat for you and you're not so much the victim. And this is like 100% what's going on with the eclipse energy here. Right? So the month of September, there's going to be situations like that for some of you. For others, there's a lot of masks falling off to the people that you keep really close to your auric field, right? Because you are who you keep around, right? Who you allow to infiltrate your auric field is extremely important, whether that's, in your work environments, your home, even getting tarot readers, right? Like getting them to tap into your energy, astrologers, all of that. Like that's allowing people into your auric field. So be mindful, even if it's for me. Like y'all, like straight up, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is sit and ask yourself, how do you feel after every encounter in your life? How do you feel after work? How do you feel talking to a coworker? How do you feel in your relationship? How do you feel with your family? How do you feel with your family? Spirit's asking you to take a really hard look at life right now and really reassess who you allow access to you. This is really, really important because here's the thing. I've been preaching about this. We're ending a 9-year cycle and we're entering a new 9-year cycle come January, right? It's a number 9 year. We're in the Hermit. Hermit's all about isolating yourself and taking a hard look at life and figuring out what it is you want. Gaining that like wisdom to be like, here's what the future holds for me and how do I obtain it? So it's really important for you to really assess your life and take a hard look at it and figure out what works for you, what no longer works for you. Because what you go into 2026 with will be what you're setting the tone and the stage for the next 9 years of your life. So be very mindful. You must take it very seriously right now. And Spirit's trying to illuminate some of the red flags that you've been ignoring. So really important. While we're in this eclipse season, the rest of 2025, really ask yourself, how do you feel with every interaction, every scenario you're in, okay? Carrying around the energy, please. Show me more for the spirit. I'm also seeing a white dog in spirit. They're saying that this white dog is coming around you. This would have been a family pet. I don't want to co-host. For some of you, I'm seeing like Tinkerbell. Carrying around the energy, please. It's a small white dog, yeah. It's not medium size. This is a small dog. This is like less than 12 pounds. If your insides feel itchy, listen to it. I'm missing so many comments. Sorry, guys. I started with the collective today. Thank you for tapping the screen, you guys. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the heart me's. I appreciate you. Exhausted. Got you, guys. The last 30 minutes were myself for putting up boundaries. I am so proud of you, Nicole. Get it, girl. Okay. I'm only seeing one. This is for one particular person. Turn down the energy. For some of you, your ancestors are calling you at this time, right? Light a candle. You either have been lighting a candle. Is he a masculine? Because I'm seeing boy with the dog. This is a boy dog in spirit. It's only for one of you guys. I'll see if I can get more information. I'll keep the door open. But they're saying it's like you're wondering if they're around you. They are around you. It's masculine. Small dog, less than 12 pounds. They're highlighting June. So I don't know if it's June birthday or June passing. But they're highlighting June here with the dog for some reason. Back to the collective read. Your ancestors are calling you. So I don't know if you've been lighting candles for them or if there's a need to light candles for them, but it's really, really important for us to honor our ancestors. Like this eclipse talks about honoring the ancestors here, right? It's really important. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. But the ancestors are coming, and in order for you to get the rewards, because you're breaking generational stuff, so this all makes sense, right? Right now, we're being called to break a lot of generational stuff, which is why there's a lot of rooted stuff coming to the surface. So this is like childhood woundings. This could be illnesses in the family. This could be, you really focusing on a family member who's passed on. It's because the ancestors are heavy around us at this time, right? So honor them. Light a candle for them. For some of you, they're showing me you already light candles and you're seeing a lot of popping. That's how they're telling you that they're around. It's like the candles are popping. No worries. You pick any time slot on the day, Christina. And it's been a while since you've been here, girl. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I love this deck. Show me more, Spirit. Show me more. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, cycle is ending, you guys. Fuck. But here's the thing. I'm swearing because, I'm just letting Spirit do its thing. I don't really care anymore. In order for you to move forward, though, really important, there has to be forgiveness. It's like thinking about forgiving, going back just creates a lot of internal chaos for you. But sometimes we have to do shadow work. We can't keep repressing, because whether we acknowledge it or not, subconsciously it plays out in our day to day. And so you're here just wanting like the best life. You're here just wanting peace and harmony, and you wanting to feel fulfilled. But how can you feel fulfilled if you're carrying all this baggage? And the only way to let this baggage go is to address it and to forgive. Not for anybody else, but for yourself, right? Forgiveness comes from self. Hi, Alicia. Let me catch up on comments. Are you excited for spooky season? I am. We always have spooky season all year round here. Is Angela sleeping with a couple more than 2 times? Got you. I mean, I feel like if this is like a love interest, the moment they slept with somebody else 1 time, I feel like it's in your best interest just to kind of let it go. But I'm not doing yes or no's right now. I'm doing a collective read, so maybe there's a message in here for you. You love this deck too? No problems, Christina. No problems, girl. Okay, I think I'm caught up. I'm trying my hardest, you guys. Hi, Kathleen. Spooky season doesn't end until I expire. 100%. But, you know, I do love spooky season, especially July, because that's when all the new stuff comes out, and I, like, add to my collection. Clear and ground the energy, please. Clear and ground the energy, please. Yeah. For a lot of you, what you don't want to look at has to do with relationships, has to do with love, has to do with how closed off you are emotionally and shut down. Even if you're in a relationship, if you really sit with yourself, you're going to realize how much of a wall is there, because it's almost like scar tissue over scar tissue, right? And then it's like not really trying to heal it fully. And so you never allow it to fully open. For some of you, this has to do with commitment, and it's been like 2 years that you've been feeling disconnected or at a loss of words, not knowing what to do. It almost feels like there's a barrier, not knowing how to cross the barrier, but it's just like rocky waters all the time and just having to navigate that. I'm smelling a lot of vanilla right now, so I don't know if you guys are baking or I do know in the fall people tend to do like simmer pots and stuff like that. So I don't know if you're putting vanilla extract in a simmer pot. But I am smelling like vanilla extract, and not the artificial one, like the pure vanilla extract. Like I'm talking about the good stuff. I'm smelling that, okay? I'm seeing a lot of sunflowers. A lot. And even with the sunflowers next to it, they're highlighting the month of May. So this means that there's been like a loss of joy since May, and trying to figure out how to navigate coming back to center, really finding your joy since May. So this means that May was a difficult time for you guys. So that would have been what? Taurus season? Taurus, Gemini? Oh, it's been your perfume choice? Yeah, it's like the good vanilla that I'm smelling. Show me more. For some of you, it's like you're trying to question why your hair is acting all funky. It's like, and like, hear me out, because sometimes we have like funky days. But it's like you're noticing something's up with your hair. You're being more vigilant and aware of your hair. And like, I don't know if this is the texture of your hair, but there's something here where you're spending a lot of time like looking at it, right? What's the point of the spirit? It means a change is necessary, right? Like treat yourself, change it up. They're saying a change is necessary. Okay. Here's the thing. Now we're talking about hair, which is pretty funny. And I can go on a tangent about hair, because I personally believe, again, when it comes to spirituality, really look at what you believe and see if it resonates, because everyone has their own beliefs. But my personal beliefs is that your hair is your spiritual wisdom. There's a lot of spiritual power behind your hair, right? And especially when you're carrying a lot of trauma, a lot of triggers, a lot of grief, by cutting a bunch of it off, Like, it is refreshing, it is renewal, but be mindful that you're doing it when the season counts for it. What that means is take a look at the astrology and see if it's going to be beneficial. Have you ever gone for a haircut? And this can be your hairdresser, okay? Your hairdresser can do your hair top notch, chef's kiss every single time. And then that one time you go, it's like, I don't know what happened. It's because of astrology. It's because of astrology. The plans might be aligned for you to have a bad haircut, right? So it's like, make sure you're looking at the transits and how it affects your charts and see if it's working for you. For astrology, if you guys don't know, my bestie is Spiritual Bossy. Her name is Camila. She's on here. She is a Vedic astrologer. Incredible. She'll be able to tell you, like, hey, get a haircut during these times. Let me invite her and see if she pops in so you guys can go follow her. She tends to go live as well, and you can ask her questions on the live. It's the worst cut ever. Yeah, it has everything to do with astrology. Like, I don't do anything unless, like, call up my astrologer and be like, oh, what do I do? Because of stuff like that, especially in the beauty industry, right? When it comes to, like, permanent change, really take a hard look at astrology. So anyway, Spirit's saying that the reason why you're really focused on your hair is because it's time for a change. I don't know why I'm seeing red here. Ma'am, I'm sorry, you said she was your what? Justin. Well, the only reason why Jacob is in my life is because of my astrology bestie. So, Jacob's your bestie. We wouldn't have had the crystals where you found us and all of that. So you may have not known your bestie had it not been for the astrologer. I don't know. I know a lady that does great hair for everyone, but me, I think it's personal. It might actually be a texture thing. Like, for me, not everyone can cut my hair because I have, like, textured hair, and it really takes someone to specialize in that. So I'm very specific with my hair and who gets to touch my hair. Honestly, I haven't found anyone incredible yet. So I really miss my hairdresser back in Canada. And so I'm just waiting to go visit and get it done there because, like, it's not it so far. But I live in a small town, so it is what it is, Show me more. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? What does the collective need to know? Collective need to know. Financially speaking, they want you to have patience. You're working really hard. The end of the year, it's going to kind of wrap up a karmic cycle within your finances. 2026 is definitely going to be better. It's going to be a new year. So I don't know if you're working on clearing debt or if you're working towards investing in something solid. But 2025 is a difficult year. I just feel like you're working towards a better financial future. But I don't see it really being significant until 2026 where you feel more solid and you feel like you can do more of what you want. So that tells me that there's been a little bit of restriction financially speaking here. I lost the job as well. Stop, Carolina, no. Oh, that breaks my heart, girlfriend. I'm so sorry, my love. Like, how did they do that? How do they hire someone and then, like, before they even start, like how? Hey guys, you're looking for a job too? Yeah, I still see, like, the rest, they're asking you to be patient because financially speaking, 2025 is still going to kind of be a difficult year. It's due to some restrictions I have. Yeah, no worries, Caroline. I'm sending you love. Nepotism. That's possible. That happens a lot more than what we would like to think happens, but I can go on a tangent as an advocate. I don't like that stuff. But anyways, I see 2026 being a better year, but what they're saying to me is you're really creating a plan for the future. It's almost like you were reckless in the past, financially speaking, and you're really building the steps to be more financially secure. Now you're aware, and so you're reining it in. For some of you, it's like you got to play mom and dad. That's why there's financial struggles here, right? It's almost like planning a future and, being careless with your money because you just assumed someone would be around, and then all of a sudden it got dropped on you, and now you're kind of playing mom and dad, financially speaking. Okay. There is a blessing coming in. If you're in a situation where you're playing mom and dad financially speaking, and so like you're not able to take care of yourself like you once did, and you're working really hard to stay grounded and rooted, there is a blessing here for the hard work. There really is, you guys. They're showing me that this is coming in around May, right? I want to see what this blessing is for my hardworking moms. What is this blessing in May, Spirit? What is this blessing in May? Yeah, see, it's like almost like a fresh start where you're able to take more time for self-care, self-healing, where you're able to focus on you and the things you want. Because it almost feels like you've been sacrificing. It's like all I do is sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice to keep these lights on, right? And it's almost like I'm just waiting for a bridge where I don't have to worry so much and I can enjoy myself a little bit more, where I can like focus on me, right? And like not feel so guilty for focusing on me. There's some sort of blessing coming around May that is going to allow for that to happen here. For some of you, the reason is because someone's in spirit. It's like, and they're navigating something here. I don't want to go too much into mediumship right now. It's actually giving me a headache. But for some of you, it's because they're no longer on this plane and they're going to help navigate you towards something here. I'm seeing a lot of butterflies. All right, Spirit, can we clear that energy, please? Okay, back to the collective, Spirit. I'm seeing 444. Yeah, things are better in 2026 for the collective, you guys. We're just setting up our future. So again, this is all about discipline. Yeah. I preached about this. Do you guys remember? This was back in May. Actually, this was in May. This was May and June. It's funny how they're bringing me back to it after I just talked about May being rewarding, right, for you guys. So last May, it was like mid-May to mid-June, around that time. Do you guys remember when Spirit had me talk about how we're ending a 9-year cycle and starting another 9-year cycle? And I told you guys exactly what Spirit was saying, that you didn't want to enter 2026 carrying the same stuff. So you had to take a hard look at your life. And do you remember the strategies and the resources I gave you guys based on what Spirit told me? Right? And for those who are new, who are just listening, I'm going to repeat this for you guys, okay? Spirit had me channel exactly what they want you to do. And this was really important because they're bringing me back full circle to it and saying now it's just going to take a whole lot of discipline because we're running out of time realistically, right? 2026 is just around the corner, which means for some of you guys, you didn't really listen or you haven't really taken the steps yet. For Eastern, it is 5:33 p.m. I'm just wrapping up the live and I will be doing my list. So you guys get on the list if you'd like, because I'm not going to be on for long, but I did want to do the collective. But Spirit had me do it in the beginning, so that was interesting. Okay, so the resource, you guys. What's happening here is they want you to take a piece of paper and spend some time really thinking about this, especially under this eclipse. It's going to be really important because this is a rebirth. This solar eclipse in Virgo was initiating a rebirth. There was, a closing of a chapter to give birth to a new one. So perfect timing for this. Grab a sheet of paper, spend some time, and I want you to think about the next 3 years. Who do you want to be in 3 years? If you could wave a magic wand, and this is like nothing stopping you, right? What would your dream life be? And I want you to write it in a paragraph, right? What you'd want. Do you want to make $100,000? Are you 3 years from now in a job that makes $100,000 a year? Is that your dream? Is that like future version of you that you aspire to be? All right. And if so, write the paragraph. What does life look like? And then I want you to take a hard look at that paragraph. And then I want you to do bullet points. What are the points you've written in that paragraph? Okay, I want to make $100,000 in a year. I want to meet the love of my life. I want to be more independent. I want to learn a language. Like, what is it, the goals that you're seeing within that paragraph that you haven't achieved yet? And then when you look at those bullet points, I want you to ask yourself, why haven't you achieved it yet? Right? So for example, let's take the $100,000 a year, right? I want a job that I make $100,000 a year. And let's say when I'm writing this, I am unemployed, right? When it comes to manifestation, a lot of the times we forget that we need to be in the law of vibration for the manifestation to come in, right? We can manifest till our heart's desire, but are we in the frequency to receive it, right? Are we in alignment with it? Which means as much as we dream, as much as we try to manifest and put it out there, we need to co-create with the universe, which means we need to take action to be in alignment for what it is we're asking for. If we're not in the frequency to receive those manifestations, spirit can't really do anything, right? So let's say I want to have a job and I want to make $100,000 a year and I'm unemployed, okay? What can I do today, even though I'm unemployed, to be in the frequency of somebody who makes $100,000 a year? Well, someone who makes $100,000 a year, I can assure you, they're waking up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. They're creating to-do lists because they're busy. They're going to have to-do lists. So wake up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Get ready as if you have a job that pays you $100,000 a year, right? If you know exactly what industry you want to be in, great. What can you learn? What can you read? What can you research on a daily basis? Let that be your work until you have the contract in your hand. Live as if it's already here, right? If you want to, for instance, if you want to overcome some limiting patterns that ADHD causes, right? Well, what can you do? Declutter everything. Start making lists, start researching resources. Like, you have to really be in alignment for what it is you want. And so when you look at it where it's like, okay, I want to have a job that's $100,000. Well, what's stopping me from it? List that, right? Now, let's say you want to buy a house in 2 years. Okay, why haven't you bought a house? Well, I don't have enough money for a down payment yet. Okay, why don't you have enough money for a down payment? Well, I haven't saved any money. Why? Well, because I spend money. Okay, take a hard look at that. Now, is it because you spend money on things that you don't need, right? Because you're filling an emotional void, right? Filling an emotional void. Or if it's just because, you're a shopaholic and, it makes you feel great, or you just love Starbucks coffee, right? Like, write down those things, because guess what? You're now encountering the shadow. You're figuring out what it is you're doing yourself to prevent yourself from having the life you want. And that's the shadow work you can do to obtain it, right? So you're kind of working out a blueprint of like how to actually co-create with spirit to have the life you want. And then when you look at that shadow, when you look at all the things that are holding you back, such as waking up at 5, 6 in the morning, doing research in the industry that you want, or really taking a hard look at your finances so you can start saving up money today for the future you want, and not putting on pause or waiting until later times. When you start taking those tentative steps, you're naturally setting up the stage for the next 9 years of your life. So it's really important. What do you want it to look like, right? And what are you doing today to be in frequency so that when we enter that 9-year cycle at the end of the year, you already have a plan and you're already working as if it's already here, so you can call it all in. Because you don't want to drag yourself down by bringing stuff from the last cycle into this new cycle, because you will repeat cycles. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to focus on your health? What are you doing now? And it doesn't have to be anything huge. It just means that you have, the universe has to see that you're taking the steps, that you're working every single day towards that goal, and they will bring it in. Okay? So for some of you, you guys haven't done it yet, which is why Spirit's saying it's going to take discipline, but it's very important. They're saying you're going to have to learn right now. Don't sleep on this. It's very important, because if you want to master, if you really want to call in the life that you want, it starts today. It really starts today. Trust and have faith that the universe is going to bring it in, but it starts today, right? Let me get your advice, and then I'm going to move on to my paid readings. What is their advice, Spirit? What is their advice? What's their advice, Spirit? What's their advice, Spirit? What's their advice? What's their advice? What's their advice, Spirit? What's their advice? What's their advice? Yeah, see, there's an awakening here. It's almost like you've been wanting things and you've been feeling very blocked, and it's not blocked. Spirit's saying you're not ready for it, you're not in alignment with it, but they want to create a shift for you, and this shift does happen in December, right? So, exactly what I was saying. What can you give yourself now to ensure that you're in alignment for it come December? It's your choice, you guys. You could take it seriously and really work towards it, or you can ignore it. It's totally up to you. I mean, you would be repeating some things, not all, but some things. I think I'm like a firm believer that there's no like wrong way of doing things, because I find that a lot of the times when you fear that you're doing the wrong thing, you can stay frozen or complacent in things. I firmly believe that, every choice, every action has a reaction. So there's a different path that opens up. There's detours. But I don't think there's ever a wrong path. You just open up a new path. Right? Now, do I think that there's destined points in our life where we have no control over? Yes. But in between, there's a lot of free will, and you're just creating all these paths. There's different ways to get where you need to go, and different experiences you can learn along the way. And it's up to you whether or not those are difficult or those are easy. But it doesn't actually mean there's a wrong path. I think a lot of the times when we enter spirituality and we enter the journey, we're always worried, oh my God, are we doing things wrong? Are our guides happy with our progress? Are we upsetting our spirit guides? Are we upsetting the divine because we're not listening? No, they're just a guide, because there's free will. At the end of the day, we are here with free will. So they're just going to guide us to help us live to our highest alignment, right? Our best path, but it doesn't necessarily mean we need to follow it. Guys, there are so many times where my guides tell me something and I don't listen, because at the end of the day, there's free will and I'm okay with it, right? I'm okay with taking a detour. It makes life fun. What I'm not okay with is putting so much pressure on myself that I am afraid of making the wrong move, because then you make no moves. You play small. Right? So it's really important that you just start moving and allow the universe to surprise you, because you're going to get where you need to go regardless. It's just, the view getting there might be different. So it's up to you. Start today or start 9 years from now.